Lives are being taken one by one. Families broken apart. The world keeps moving on. Nobody here to fight. Where are the warriors? Where are the dads? Where are the mothers? This is so sad. I know a place where warriors are made. It's a podcast of true family fighters. You need to listen tonight. Tiff and the Punisher, coming for CPS. Tiff and the Punisher, be our next guest. CPS took your children, chased your husband away, left you alone and vulnerable. Let me hear you say, Tiff and the Punisher, coming for CPS. Tiff and the Punisher, be our next guest. Do not be afraid, wipe your tears away. We need to come together, it's our time. So need to tell your friends, watch the show. If CPS comes, this is where you go. They won't win this war against us. This is our crew, we have your trust. Advocates unlock the others. They care for us, they hold us up high. They make us feel important. Others pass us by. Tiff and the Punisher, Tiff and the Punisher, coming for CPS. Tiff and the Punisher, Tiff and the Punisher, be our next
Tiff and the Punisher, they won't back down. Fight for the children in every town.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather fly together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you were taking. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are old Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
What's up, Tiff?
Well, I'm here tonight. I feel better than I did yesterday. I could barely hear you.
Said you were coughing for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was.
are you feeling any better?
Well, I feel better than I did yesterday, but I slept 22 hours yesterday.
Oh, hey, Erica, right from the gates here. Erica asked, did CPS mess with doctor's visits?
If they're in state custody, yeah. If they're not in state custody, you can ask them to leave.
But you have the right to be with them until you lose your parental rights. You have the right to be at every kid's doctor's visit. They can't make decisions without you, unless there's court order, and there's all kinds of other things that go with depending on where you're from. So just remember this. No, they really can't until you're TPR'd. But they can be there and cause you all kinds of hate and discontent. So
I know that a girl that actually Pat McGraw has taken her case because the ex-husband is such a prick. No doctor will see these kids in this area that they live in anymore. It's terrible.
no doctors at CPS has custody of?
The father's got custody, but CPS is involved.
Right.
And, because the father keeps changing stuff and not trying to medicate these kids when these doctors are saying they need to be medicated. Anyway, no doctor will see these kids in that area now. It's terrible. It's terrible here.
Because the dad's making it so freaking difficult.
Right. And she's not even TPR'd.
It drives you nuts that they can get that much into your life. It's a. You mean their doctors? You mean our doctors? As far as you guys yourselves, what do you mean? Like, did they give drug tests or get information about you guys? Is that what you're asking? Right. So you're saying, can CPS mess with your doctors? Meaning you guys' personal? Absolutely not. They can't. That is your privacy, your business. That has nothing to do with them whatsoever.
Yeah, don't let them force you into signing over your medical records either. Don't do that.
Right. Because you know that they're secretly now trying to make these parents sign over their HIPAA agreements and that stuff, saying that their stuff overrides that and yada yada yada. And do not give them any of that. You know, that's your personal information. You don't give them a damn thing unless the court orders it, first of all. If no judge said anything to you, sayonara, bye-bye. You don't need to tell them a damn thing. And especially don't get them into that private information, that personal stuff. Unless a judge says that they want to see it, that they court orders it, then you don't do it, period. That's the educational purposes only. That's the opinion of the Tiff and the Punisher show. I feel weird because I'm looking sideways. Let me move the screen.
Yeah, they're fishing. That's all they're doing. They're fishing. They're trying to catch you up on something.
Yeah. So don't let them. Do not let them. Don't give them anything more. I mean, Becca kind of has a right when Becca would say, don't do anything more and don't do anything less. You do exactly what they say to do, and that's it. That's what you give them. Yeah, that's it. Don't let them be involved with that at all. That's the way I'd be with that. Now, whether they're going to accept that or not, that's a whole nother game. But this damn thing.
You know, I'm kind of wondering who is writing these drug tests, right? Because like if you go to your doctor, like doctors have to write out certain things, right? Like lab works and all that. So I'm wondering who besides, I don't even think a judge can write an order, and well, maybe a court order, but how is CPS, right? I was thinking about this earlier. Who is CPS getting these orders from if you don't have a court order to drug test you, right? Because they don't even know how to read a drug test. See what I'm saying? So who is ordering these I'm sorry guys, my husband has now got what I have, so he can't watch them, so I'm on double duty tonight. So do they have a doctor on the side? I'm wondering. I don't know. You know what? That I'm gonna have to look into that.
Who is educated and certified and all of that enough to go out and authorize? Who is even making the decision? Who is not certified? I'm coming up with the wrong word. Qualified enough to make that decision that you are a drug addict and that you should be getting drug tests, which drug tests are not even admissible in courts. So it's just a stupid money collecting thing. It's got to be, I mean, drug screens aren't as acceptable into courts. Drug tests are, which they've never given you the drug tests. It's always a screen. It's always a screen. Make sure you get them to clarify that. Unless you're peeing in 2 jars and they're sending it away to a lab and the lab is doing it, the peeing in the cup thing at your home and all that stuff, that doesn't matter. But who is the qualified person? Like Henry always talks about the qualified and responsible employee for ADA rights. Well, who is that for CPS when they say that you need to go get anything, whether it's a mental evaluation, a drug evaluation, any of that stuff? Who do they have? Do they have someone that's certified right there on scene that says, oh, this person needs to get this or that, or who is making that determination? Because it shouldn't be little Dixie Doo over there that just graduated from college, just she just barely, her diploma is still leaking ink off of it, and now all of a sudden she can go out and determine that, you of 50 years have been smoking pot or doing whatever you do, that they can tell you do this stuff. They haven't even had any real world experience yet. Half of them aren't even parents. They don't even know what a high person looks like. So what makes them qualified to say that you yourself needs to get that drug test? And I'll tell you, me and Jen Grabson talked about this earlier today. They have domestic violence, they have drug use, they have poverty, and they have homeschooling, right? You're guaranteed that out of those things right there, that they're going to come and say that they're going to take your kids or do that. Every American has one of those 4 things in their lives. So they're just fishing. They're like throwing the little hoops on the necks of the bottles. They're going to see which one sticks. That's what they're going to do. Because if you're not a domestic abuser, then you're a drug user. If you're not a drug user, you're homeschooling. If you're not homeschooling, you're poverty. And that's the way that they're doing it. And they're trying to make it stick that way. So they're just really playing throw the ring on the bottle. I mean, we already know that they're wrong 90% of the time, So, I mean, what the hell, So
I had a case, probably almost 3 years, maybe now. I got a call. Mom was in the hospital. Supposedly, dad was co-sleeping with the baby. Okay. So they called me because CPS said, well, you were co-sleeping with the baby. I said, tell them to produce the law that you can't co-sleep with your children, because there is no such law. They don't like it, but tell them to produce a law. So he asked her, produce a law that says I can't co-sleep. So she said, well, there isn't a law. Well, and then it went from that to mom was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Baby didn't test positive, but the umbilical cord did.
Of course it did.
Well,
why wouldn't it? Makes sense.
Right. I said, produce the drug test.
Yeah.
They couldn't produce the drug test. Anyway, long story short, this is grandma, the one I'm talking about. I told her to get her ass on a plane. This was on a Wednesday. I said, they're coming on Friday. They hadn't heard anything and hadn't heard anything. Anyway, long story short, make them produce laws. Cairo. He's singing. I'm so sorry.
No.
Make them produce a law. And you don't want a code or a statute. You want the actual law. There is no law that says you can't co-sleep. And in fact, federal judges have already said that even if a mother is doing drugs while the baby is inside of her, you can't charge them with neglect.
Right. Yeah, that's another good point. Like, what are they charging you with when that baby comes right out of you? That baby is now, they're charging you immediately with something. And Jen Brabson and I talked about this today also. We talked about, okay, and this was of my opinion, but what's the difference if a baby comes out and look, so this is the deal with the drug users. You only know 7% of the people that actively use drugs. There's 93% of the drug users that are out there that you'll never know. They're what they call functioning addicts, right? So you only see the terrible ones. You're like in the dumpster and they have the needles hanging out of their arms. They make the worst case scenarios for these people. The other 93% are active addicts. They work a job. These are the people that, like maybe they are using meth. Maybe they're using heroin. Maybe they're using fentanyl. They're using whatever they're using to get by their day because they need it to survive. But what's the difference between that or someone that's prescribed oxycodone, Oxycontin, any of these things, Adderall, Xanax, all of the drugs that the pharmaceutical companies make all of this money off of? So these babies are still going to be detoxed now once they get had because they have this stuff in them. But you're not going to see them take those babies. Much they will take those babies anyway, too, because they're going to take all the babies. But in theory, in the way that it works, they're not going to touch those babies because that stuff is prescribed. So what makes that any better for that baby than if someone was using, drugs off the street or whatever? I'm not promoting drug use by any means if you're pregnant or anything, but what's the difference? There isn't one.
Well, at the end of it, they couldn't produce anything. What actually happened was mom was subscribed
Uh-huh.
Suboxone,
Yep. Which is terrible.
right? Right. So why are you taking this baby when mom's been on Suboxone
Mhm.
forever I don't know anything about it, but I do know you have to get a prescription for it.
Yeah. But that's fine, right? But then they took the baby because of Suboxone.
They took the baby because of Suboxone. Grandma got sole full custody.
See,
Um,
why would people go? Why would they quit their drugs then? What gives
exactly.
you any reason for hope and to change your lifestyle if you're going to do that? Because you have methadone and you have Suboxone. Those are the two maps that that they give you. Those are the two roads that you can take if you want to get clean from opiates, right? So, well, that's not the only two. There's naloxone. There's a couple others too, but those are the two main ones that you can get your chance. The buprenorphine is the thing that coats your your receptors and everything, and that keeps that euphoric feeling in your body, and that keeps it there. And then when you take methadone, I mean, it's the same damn thing. Methadone, the thing about methadone is you don't have to have a downtime to get on that. It doesn't make you have what they call precipes. um, so you can switch back and forth between methadone and drugs, and you'll never notice the difference. um, but they can give you that. That's fine and that's acceptable. But now they're taking people's babies because they're on methadone. Like, it doesn't make sense. So that you're getting prescribed this. You're going through all the steps. You got to be clean either way to do both of those because they drug test you every time. So if you go into a program and you piss dirty, then chances are good they're going to kick you out of there. So it still gives them incentive because they don't want to leave that clean lifestyle. But if you take their baby from them, then fuck it. All things are off. I'm going to go back to the streets and use the drugs that actually got me high, or what I mean. Why would they? Why? Makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yeah,
When
yep.
when they started drug court here, it's every time I talk. When they started drug court here, I went to the prosecutor and I said, "You do know you just opened the door for CPS to snatch kids, don't you?" Well, why would they take people's kids? I said, "Are you kidding me?" And that's what has happened.
Yeah, drug court's a great place to freaking shop for children. They've already set the drug courts are so strict and so bad that they have already set everybody up for failure anyway. I feel so bad for these people that say, "Oh, I'm going to take drug court." Dude, you should have just went and did your jail time because you're just going to be in pure hell. I mean, I think drug court has an actual graduation rate of like 3% or some ridiculous. I know it's wicked. I know it's really low, because they just give you the opportunity to fall out is there. Like it's just a stupid program if you ask me. But yeah, and now they're doing those shots. Like they said, they're doing all these Vivitrol shots and all of these things. I'll be damned if you're going to give me a shot. I mean, I don't know what the hell you're putting in that thing. So you're going to substitute one shot for another? Come on. I mean, why is it? Oh, because you said it's okay? Mister, you've done so well with taking care of us our whole lives already? Okay, let me trust you in telling me what you're going to put in my body. Sure, I'll do it. Sign me up. I'll take 3 of them.
My dad said to me today, because I talked to him today, I told him that I was sick. And he's like, "I ain't never been as sick as I have ever since I got that damn C shot."
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm. I skipped that. I don't like needles anyway. People be like, "Oh, but you got tattoos." Yeah.
Different.
But that's because I don't see the needles.
Yeah, well, I know. I say the same thing too. People think it's a joke. I'm like, "Oh, man, I hate this son of bitches." No, I don't want that in me. Yeah, it's crazy. It is. But yeah, by the whole point of this conversation is, don't let them be the controller of what you and your doctors do. That's between you. And it goes to the conversation I did. Well, not conversation. Don't let other people tell you what works for you and what it doesn't. If you're in recovery and these things are working for you, screw them. Do not let them tell you that you can't or you won't or whatever. If that's working for you, you keep doing it. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. We're getting way out of control with this stuff with like, oh, does they accept this or accept that? Like in your body what works and what doesn't work. And if it's working for you, then tell them pound sand, Read my last comment.
I had one parent tell me
You
that
can't
they went back to their doctor and they said, "Why haven't you been on your medicine?" And she said, "Because CPS told me I couldn't take my medicine." And you know what her doctor told her? That's illegal. I didn't know any of them had MDs and PhDs behind their names. Yes, you will start your medicine back up.
yeah, yeah, they should too. And that's you can't. These people aren't doctors. They're not even nurses. Maybe one or two of them. Maybe I don't know. I don't even know what's exactly what they. I know that they got to have a 4-year degree, or they're supposed to have a 4-year degree in some sort of psychology, a bachelor in science, whatever. Who knows what they really had? A bunch of beer drinking and sex is what I got in college. So I'm assuming that's what everybody does. Um, Not the sex part, but the beer drinking I definitely did. But like that's what you're getting in college. So how can these people be accepted to automatically come right out of the gates and start diagnosing all these parents with all of these symptoms or these traumatic ideals? It makes no sense to me. I can't believe that we've accepted it as I'm proud of all of us that are here and we've been doing this, because we're definitely putting a boot in their face for the freedoms of a lot of Americans that don't even realize that we're doing this and standing up for them. Like entering your house without a warrant. That's a big push for this movement. And a lot of Americans are allowing their doors just to be open to all of these people. So they don't realize that this movement is really enforcing or dismantling a lot of these things that these people are doing. And this movement doesn't get the credit for that. I guess it's kind of like NASA that built like 3/4 of the shit that you use every day, but they don't get credit for it, or so they say anyway. I don't think it's 3/4. It's a lot of the stuff though that we use in everyday life. NASA has created, and we don't get the credit for it. So I think that goes with this stuff in this movement too. A lot of the things that are being fought in these courts and a lot of the freedoms that you're enjoying right now are being defended and fought for by people like us in this movement. And everybody should be very be proud of themselves for that. I'll guarantee you that it's gonna be a long time before this entering homes without a warrant thing dies down, and that's here to stay, and that's what we always here to promote here. Don't let anybody in your house that's trying to get in your house. Don't let them cross that threshold. They cross that threshold, and you broke your own freedoms. You did that. You invite them in. You don't shut the door behind you. You let them step across. Well, throw a set and keep them off the porch or keep them off the downstairs. They're human beings just like you are at the end of the day. Well, I don't think that's true either. I think they're satanic pieces of shit, but they're supposed to be human beings just like we are, and they should have compassion for you and everything else, and they don't. They don't show that one bit to any parent out there. Of course, there's going to be some parents like, "What are you talking about? My caseworker was so nice, blah, blah, blah." I let them come in and have dinner. Well, that's a great job, you asshole. So now they're going to be expecting that. And the next person that does this is going to lose their freaking kids because they didn't do it. You piece of shit. Read the book. CPS is coming. Stay calm. CPS is coming. Maybe you should do that. But so don't do any of the stuff that we say don't do. Because all you're doing is opening up a box for the next person to get tortured by these things.
When my daughter had her case, to prove that she didn't live in this state, the judge said, "Well, you going over to that state and make sure she's a resident there, right?" So my attorney, because we all had to meet at my attorney's office, my daughter was like, "So how long are you staying?" My lawyer said, "Don't make treats. They're not staying that long."
Right? That's funny. That's funny. I like that. Let's see. The doctor ended service due to the nurse. The doctor ended service because the nurse supposedly caught you snorting something on the arm of the chair, but we never did. That's why I'm asking about CPS trying to mess with his new doctor. Okay. I got you. Understood now. Oh, look, Becca's here. Classic CPS corruption. I sent you that email. I'm just waiting to hear back from you there, Miss Lady. Uh, Erica's here. Who else we got?
Did she say a nurse did that?
Yeah.
They're just as corrupt as the doctors. You can actually file a report against her with the nursing commission, I think it is. I did it here after I called the hospital on the emergency room nurse and reported her in for fraud. They actually fired that bitch. So you can report her. Just look up the nurses licensing or something in your state, and you can report her. Oh my God.
Yeah. So use those tools whenever you can. You know, it's very, very important that we don't go backwards in any of this. Don't go back. Stay moving forward. Keep in line with what the current trending, fight is, because there's so many of us that have so many different fronts that we fight in the CPS argument. I don't know. That's what I got for that one. It's very simple. And then as far as what was that one right there? File with the hospital. Okay.
Yeah, but you need to take it a step further, like I did. I'm so sorry. He's in here singing. Take it a step further and turn her into the nursing board.
Yeah, do that. You really should do that. Get them for as much trouble. Which comment, Becca? Which one do you want me to read? The whole damn thing. It's tough.
Her to come in.
Becca, just get your ass in here. You know you've been waiting there to push the button. Here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting for Becca now. Becca, get in the building. Now half our audience is going to be gone because Becca took too long. Where is Becca? Where is Becca? Alrighty then. Well. All right. Let me see here. Oh, for gosh sake, Becca. I'm not going to beg you to come in. You know, you get in here. Either she's scurrying to get to a computer, like, I'm coming. Becca. She's not coming. Anyway, back at the ranch.
What was her comment anyway, David?
I don't know. It's too long for me to read. Well, it starts way back here. I'm going to do it like backwood. I was literally going to sign. Hey, bud. I was going to sign my patient registration forms and came across this consent to release information. I give permission to release my medical records for treatment and care. Coordination to pay physicians and hospitals for care provided to me, for state, federal, and local government programs to monitor, assess, and improve healthcare, and for legal consultation, risk management, and quality assurance. Management, quality assumptions. All right, let's go see if. All right. This happening today. Yes, sir. There she is. There's Becca. Dang it. Becca, change your name. All right, everybody. Here she is, the one and the only. And thank God for that, Becca.
Oh, thanks, dear.
So what are you trying to say there, Miss Lady?
No, you guys were talking about the doctors and stuff.
Yeah.
And how, like, the nurses and all the hospitals and stuff. So I was today. I have an appointment tomorrow for a new surgeon to go get a second opinion for my neck, and I got to read in the
Welcome.
consent form. And while reading the consent form, it literally states, if you read my comment, it states that I consented to giving them essentially the authorization to release my information to any federal, local, or state government for information purposes, all my medical data and all that. So,
Whoa.
yeah, read. That's why I said read that comment. Like that was verbatim from the release clause
Wow.
to sign up for it.
And what were you really just signing for?
It was just literally for the new the new patient packet for the doctor's appointment.
So what did you do? Did you not sign it? Did you exit out, or what did
Well,
you
it's
do?
electronic, and I just exited out of it, and I'm gonna write a letter saying that I don't agree to their their essentially I don't agree to them releasing my information to any government,
Right.
federal, local entity for purposes of diagnosis. What did it say? Diagnosing. You'll have to go back and read it because I can't read it right now. But
Let's see. Is on this thing? To investigation. One coordination to pay physicians and hospitals for care provided in Maine for state, federal, or local government programs to monitor, assess, and improve health care, and for legal consultation.
yep. So for them to monitor,
Risk management and quality assurance. Yep.
yeah, for them to monitor your health information. And I'm like, no, no.
Yeah. And a big no.
I'm like, that's definitely not going to happen.
Right.
Well, in Virginia, the HIPAA, they changed the HIPAA now,
Mhm.
and it clearly states that you are not protected under HIPAA if you have a CPS case. I said, then
What?
don't sue that motherfucker,
Right.
because if they're going to release your information, they're in violation of their own HIPAA law.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You sure are.
Oh yeah, and well, that's like so. I got to looking because so that form that I created for like to get that data information, um, for to take to Congress for legislation, just data to just prove and show like, hey, this is happening, this is real, this is happening across multiple states, multiple counties, different judges, but it's a pattern. And that's essentially what you need when you go to Congress, go for legislation. So I
Right.
started collecting this data, and everybody's like, well, where's my data? Like, what's going to go on with my data? It's like, it's not it's just literally for survey purposes, just for me
Mm.
to be able to show that here's credible evidence that this is happening in more than just one place. It's not just one instance, but everybody's like freaking out over, well, what are you doing with my information? And I'm like, I don't want your information for that. Like,
I'm
I
not a
just,
stalker.
yeah, and well, where's it going? Who's it going to? I'm like, it goes just to me. It just goes to a Google sheet. It all gets put down. It all gets tallied up, and it does percentages, and it does it all for me. And, but it's like, people, I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that have been through CPS and juvenile court. And literally, I think I have 40 people that's filled out this form. 40.
Oh, wow.
40.
40.
And I'm like, come on, guys. Like, you want change, but you don't want to, provide the information for there to be a change. And it's not like it's super invasive. It's just like, did they violate your due process? Did
But
they?
once they start that, then it's going to just push into the next, and it just keep. That's going to be an open gate, like an open floodgate.
Hmm.
Because what's the next form going to say? Push a little bit further, like, can we get blah 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 blah.
Oh no,
You
that's
know,
as far as I'm going. That's data collection. That is literally just to
it better
prove a
for
point.
me, Becca.
Huh?
I said it better be.
That is because I'm not. I don't. You know me. I
But
don't.
what
I don't.
happens
I
if
don't
you
like
don't
being in
sign?
people's business at
What
that.
happens?
Like,
What happens if you don't sign that consent form?
well, it's not necessary. So literally, at the end of it, it literally just says that you agree, and it literally is under you sign under penalty of perjury that that what you've said is true, and that's it.
So they're stipulating with you.
No, they're not stipulating with me, Darren.
Why are they not?
because they're not entering into a contract with me. They're literally just saying, this is what
Consent
I
form.
said.
It's a consent form, so they are entering a contract with you.
Darren,
So they're stipulating.
do we want to
So
talk about stipulation?
I'm stipulating
hold
anyway.
on, Becca. So what are the questions that you ask people? Because I think if more people understood what you were doing, like they don't want their information being used against them like other people have used it.
Yeah, 100%. And I get that. And it's literally like questions about like, was there extended circumstances? Were they taken without a warrant? Were they like what time of day were they taken? Like if they were taken, because like at night in the middle of the night is obviously a suspicious, time to take kids, obviously. Um uh when they were taken, like their ages, like I did their, like, you can check for their ages of between 1 and 17 for girls and boys. So that way it could give like then you can really see the data of of what age group they're focusing on. And it was just like, was your due process, like, was there discrepancies in the record? Did they not let you submit evidence? Did they, just general questions that literally, and it's not even about like, I want you to give me 100% every detail of your case. No, it's literally like, did they violate your rights? Do you have proof to prove that they violated your rights? Did they fabricate drug tests? Did they falsify reports? Did they, that's it.
Can you send that to me? I can put it in one of my group chats and see if people will respond to that. Because that's good. And you're right. You have to prove a pattern. And it's not hard to prove a pattern with CPS. They've had the same pattern since I've been involved with them for 37 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. And I was just like, but I mean, everybody's like, I don't want and I'm like, I don't care. I don't want any of your information for those purposes. That's I don't even read stuff when people send it to me necessarily majority of the time. I literally just, I'm like, oh, okay. What do you want me to do with it?
Yeah, I just tell people to sum their cases up because I'm not reading 30,000 fucking pages because I
Well,
already know.
and a timeline. Oh my God, a timeline. We need to have a class on teaching people how to do a timeline.
Hey, Becca, you know what we have?
Because
We have an app that does people's timeline for them.
Darren, yes, I know we do.
Yep. They should use it. www.thecps.com.
But for the people who don't have the app,
you need to get it.
but you should really honestly, and everybody in any situation should have a timeline when they are going to court with CPS, whether it be CPS, housing, probate, whatever. They should have a freaking timeline. Because if you essentially are pro se, you want somebody to help you, it is so much easier to say, here you go, here is my timeline. This happened this day, this day, this day. These people were here, blah, 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 blah. But that is so much easier because when somebody literally emails me 50 different documents and they're in random order, and I'm like, well, let's see if I'm going to be able to put all these together in the correct order. And then I end up doing the timeline myself because I'm like, I can't read this. I can't follow it. And I'm like, oh, because then I missed something. And it's, oh, go back to this date. Oh my, and it's a mess. It's literally a mess. So
You should send them to the app, Becca.
word to the wise, create a timeline for anybody who is pro se and wants help with anything. It's very much appreciated.
This goddamn button's not working.
I don't know why they told your 14-year-old they couldn't have a lawyer.
That's a guardian ad litem.
You know what one advocate told me today? They called to check on me. They said, you know how you get rid of guardian ad litems? You take that child to an attorney's office and you give that child $1 and say, I want to retain you as my lawyer.
Yeah, just here's the thing. Why is guardian ad litems? They're supposed to be there to protect those kids. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be a neutral figure, but your kid's also supposed to get legal representation. They can't play both roles.
Yep. Did you know that judges in Texas can actually be in the criminal court and in the family court at the same time?
Ours are the same way.
I was blown away the other day. I was helping some lady. She's like, she's like, it's my criminal. She's like, her ex-husband works for the courthouse,
Oh
and
God.
the judge is literally the judge for her criminal case and her family court case. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, how is that? I'm like, isn't that a conflict of interest? Like, motion to recuse? Like, what is going on here? No, they could do it, but you can still file a motion to recuse. And I don't care. I've literally talked to so many people just today. And literally, I'm like, stipulate. I'm like, you stipulated because nobody's figured it out. But that's how they got him. They're like, because one lady I talked to today told me, she says, well, the caseworker kept saying to my daughter, well, you stipulated that this is what happened. That you stipulated to this. You stipulated to it, right? And I said, do you know what a stipulation is? And she's like, no, not really. I was like, and I told her what it was, and she was like, oh my God. She's like, I promise you, she didn't even know. And I'm like, oh no, I know. I was like, it's normal. People don't know. I'm like, and that's the problem. I'm like, I've literally told numerous people today, you need to file a motion to vacate. Like the stipulation, because it's an agreement. It's a contract.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell them what that means. I'm trying to find Baby Shark.
So a motion to vacate for the stipulation. So it's essentially just like a motion saying that you didn't voluntarily give consent for that to be what the court relies on. Because when you stipulate, you essentially are waiving your right to a trial. All the facts that CPS has, or all the allegations that CPS has against you, becomes the truth, and that's on the record. And CPS doesn't have to prove their allegations. That their burden of proof is no longer on them because you just gave them all their proof that they needed. And the attorney will not tell you this. And I literally had a girl the other day. She was emailing her attorney, and she was like, she asked about a stipulation, and the attorney blew up and was like, if you think that I'm failing doing you, blah, blah, and she's like, I just asked, like, did I stipulate? Like, is this what happened? Because I told her, I said, ask your attorney. Ask him. And he's like, and she sent me the email, and she's like, he was livid. Like, where did you learn that? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really? Oh, so it's a secret. Okay. That's what that tells me. That's a secret. Okay, so that we're just gonna play that game. But I was like, yeah, I said I honestly would, I would be strategic and be like, hey, not saying that you're doing it, not saying that you did it, but just know I'm aware. And she's like, okay, well, we have court tomorrow. And I'm like, well, you tell him that he better be there and he better be on your side. And especially, it's a paid attorney. It's not a public defender. It's a paid freaking attorney. And the paid attorney is not even working, not doing what the client essentially wants. What is wrong with you? That's what you're paid to do.
Well, I'm glad the one that I know really well, I'm glad that he's on a lot of these cases that I sent people. I mean, this man's got 34 cases from me, 17 between me and Claire in the last month. And he does his damn job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And it's pathetic. It's like, you know what? Like, you should not. If you took an oath, okay, and some people look at that oath and are like, oh, yeah, it's just a piece of paper. I just, whatever. But if you're an attorney, you know what's happening. You know what's going on. So don't play stupid. And that's what makes me angry about attorneys, especially that have turned into advocates who they know what's going on. What? Hold on. You guys know this. You've done it and you're not disclosing it to anybody. And that makes my blood boil. That's like, you're not actually helping the cause. You're not trying to fix the cause. you're literally helping the cause. Like, you're helping not the cause that we're trying to fight, but the cause that we're, you know what I mean? I just confused my damn self. Darren, what are you doing?
I can't tell you.
Oh, we're going secret MIA. Okay.
Yep.
CIA stuff over here. You can't tell me? Okay.
Nope. Hey, I'm the one that has had a bomb blow up next to me, or I should have been next
You
to me.
were not.
Well, I was supposed
Stop.
to be there.
You are over dramatic.
No, I'm not. Today there was some new revelations made, and I am not over dramatic. I will tell you that.
I was supposed to. You said that you were sitting there. You were not sitting there. You're supposed to be.
No,
There's a
I
difference.
wasn't. I was supposed to be. But that's that. So I gotta be careful what I talk about. So I'm living in Washington, D.C. now, and that's where I am, down the street from the Capitol building. That's my new address.
Oh, is that so?
Yep. Yeah. So that's that. But yeah, if you guys are having problems with getting timelines and everything done, you know that we have an app for that.
We have an app for that. The CPS Punisher.com.
That's right. And it now works on your phones too.
Well, that's good. And Becca,
time you
send me that link because I'm gonna put it in my group chats. Oh my, Darren, I can't even see that.
I know, right? He always does that to me. He's like, "Can you see?" I'm like, "No,
I can't see it now either because I don't have 85-inch screens. So now I know how you all feel.
Good. It's about time.
Look at all this. Look at there right here is the timeline section. So if you had information here, there'd be a nice timeline in there. Evidence, visitation log, all kinds of good stuff that you get out of this app. Your AI chat, where you can talk to the AI, ask it questions. It's got all kinds of stuff. Use it. Then you don't have to listen to Becca complain about timelines.
Timelines are essential.
Yep.
They're essential. I don't care what anybody says.
I wish I had a timeline maker when I was doing my stuff. It would have been a hell of a lot easier.
Let me tell you. I mean, I literally, it was like, okay, Google Sheets became my became one of my good friends. Because I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I just keep going back and forth, and it drove me nuts. I was like, how's anybody supposed to get anything done? Ping pong ball. What are you talking about, retard?
Merchant.
Oh, Jesus, Darren. Tiffany, I'm trying. Stop. Dippy do. Okay, paste. Okay, Tiff, I just sent you that link.
I just got it.
Okay.
Darren, you want to call Cyrus and see if he wants to come on tomorrow night?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
I saw him say, a FOIA is mandatory, so I want him to talk about that.
Yeah, I saw that earlier too.
Yeah,
FOIA
I want him
mandatory.
to elaborate. And Becca, I need those pictures of him too, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, I'll send them to you. You want the little dude I created? Is that the one you want with the Title 4E or whatever in the background?
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow because he's getting on my nerves, and it's because it's bedtime. He can't watch something for an hour. He has to watch like 2 and 3 minute things. You gonna say hi? No.
YouTube Shorts would be your best friend. Hi, buddy. I'm going night.
There we go. So there. And that's that. So Yeah. Don't let the doctors mess with. Don't let CPS mess with your doctors. Don't let them mess with any of your medical people. It's hello, John.
Read the fine print.
No. Classic. I'll
Read.
resend you the email. I don't know why you didn't get it. Weird. What I do know, they cut us off with all this stuff all the time. Yeah, that's that. Well, do you ladies
Remember
have
to read the
anything
fine print.
else?
Remember
Yeah.
to read the fine print.
Do you have anything else that you want to bring up? No, just out. Are you out, Beck? You said enough?
Well, I mean, I could say more, but
Well, then say more if you'd like to say more.
um, why don't you post the link to that form in the chat?
Where is it?
I sent it to you on Messenger. Wait, as a matter of fact. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's starting to do the crackling. Messenger.
Let's see. Now,
I
what
guess
are you
it's you the
taking
other
all
day.
this information in for, Becca?
Huh?
Why are you gathering all this information?
I just told you a little bit ago. Where were you?
Well, I want you to re-say it while I'm putting this up in case people missed it.
Just to gather information on everybody's data for their CPS cases. I mean, and it's not necessarily CPS cases. It's literally for family. It's for civil rights. Okay. It's not just for CPS, but the questions are more filtered towards CPS issues, but it's not, it's just doesn't go into detail about your case. It's just, was due process rights violated? Was there pretty much was there extingent circumstances? Was there did they have a warrant? Were police present? Were, I mean, it's not like super invasive. So it's literally just to get the data to be able to show a pattern of the issues that come up. And essentially, especially because like I did it for, there was ages for the kids. That right there can show a pattern of kids essentially that they're choosing to take, and oh, well, how many kids were, 80% of the kids were, under this age or over this age, or, just that data to have it to take to Congress for legislation to prove an actual fact pattern, because, well, I don't believe anything that the government tells me anymore.
Right? And that's the truth.
So I want the data, and and it's not going anywhere else. It's literally going to my Google Drive, and that is it. And I don't even know realistically if I have to, even if I was to give the information to policymakers, when I do, they, I don't even know if they even have to have all of the people's like contact information. Like the contact information is just for like to be able to get a hold of them if there needs to be like, we need to see actual presentable records, I guess I should say.
I imagine that you must have to have something tied to it so that there can be proof that these are real, accurate documents, right? Like there's got to be.
Well, it
Someone.
asks the case number, and it asks like the county and like what juvenile court system, and like, so it asks the location and stuff like that. Like, so it's not, nobody hardly has given the case numbers, but I mean, essentially, I mean, it's kind of important to give them because, well, if they really want to, they can go look up these things. They have access to things that we don't. So that could help them look up whatever case they needed to clarify, to, do their own due diligence. Not that they do it, but
Do you know what the number one reason for removal is?
I mean, there's like 20 million things that could be the number one reason. Drugs?
No, number one reason that they remove
Drugs?
Neglect.
Neglect. Yeah, well, drugs.
Drugs is second.
Oh, okay. Neglect.
But neglect is such a broad,
Yep.
vague word.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how they get it. My attorney, when I did it, when I stipulated to dependency unknowingly, what that meant at that point in time, he told me, and I said, well, what is dependency? And he says, it's such a broad explanation that you literally could fart wrong and your kids are dependent. That was his explanation.
Do you know who the top 3 mandated reporters are?
Teachers,
Doctors,
Doctors.
police.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Ding. Yep, they account for 95%.
Did you know that a judge isn't supposed to be a mandated reporter? Technically, for conflict of interest purposes.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were a mandated reporter.
Yeah, I didn't either. Well, until the magistrate called CPS on me
Crazy.
after an in-camera interview.
That is insane.
Yeah, and then when CPS gets up on for the shelter hearing, CPS gets up on the stand and is like, where it was the tip that you guys got, was that credible? Oh yes, from a very credible person. I said, what, the magistrate? And they all just kind of looked at me and I'm like, do you think I'm stupid? 2 and 2 makes 4, you guys. I'm like, literally, the in-camera interview happened on January 31st. CPS was at my door February 2nd. Okay, does that make any sense? If they're just dumb. And I'm like, I can do simple math, you guys. Like 2 and 2 adds 4. You're here. You said that I was forcing my teenagers to eat moldy food. Okay. That was great. And I was like, I'm forcing my teenagers. Teenagers generally as a rule, I mean, they're garbage disposals, but I think they draw a line at mold. And they're like, oh, well, I said, do you have a warrant? No. We're gonna go get one. I said, okay. You get a warrant, you come back, and I will let you in my house, no big deal. Oh no, they came back with emergency removal order. We're taking your kids. That bitch was dropped the next week. Because my husband and I rocked them at the shoulder hearing. And the CPS attorney was livid. She was pissed. Because they were like, well, we want you to do hair follicles. No. No. I'm not giving you any evidence of anything to incriminate me.
That's
I'm
right.
not doing it. And I looked straight at the magistrate. I said, can I object? I said, because there was no allegations of me using drugs. I said, so I don't understand why I even have to drug screen. He says, well, you can object, but there may be consequences to that objection. You know what I did? I walked my happy ass straight out of that court hearing and went straight to the car.
Mhm.
I didn't have no, and they're all looking for me. My Dave was like, they were all looking for, I was like, I don't care. I told them I wasn't taking their drug test. I will go get my own. They can't make me take theirs. And I went and I got my own and gave it to CPS. They came out, they did a home check. And Dave did take a drug test that day. They wanted him to do a hair follicle. He's got like 2-inch hair. Okay. They're dumb. And so they accepted a urine test, passed it. And then 2 days later, I went and took a drug screen at the hospital, sent him a copy of it. And they said, well, we got to just go talk to the kids. My kids weren't even gone a week. And they were back in my care and they dismissed the petition for abuse, neglect, and dependency on Valentine's Day.
Wow, that's good.
So, I mean, I cooperated to an extent. I know that everybody's like, oh, you cooperated, with whatever they call them, criminals. And I'm like, as a mother, you do what you got to do to get your kids back. And if you don't, then your kids will hate you for it the rest of your life. And I don't want to have to answer to that.
Yeah, you don't need that. Your crew they would annihilate you. Your crew, your little children's.
Yeah. I mean, I love my kids. And the last time that CPS came here because I returned my son's Xbox, And he got pissed off at me. And he went and told the school that I beat him, or my husband beat him, and that my husband beat me. And then they showed up to my house, and I had no bruises. I was like, "What are you guys talking
Yeah,
about?"
poor David sitting there banged up, bruised, bloody, everything.
No, he actually wasn't. But Mason was mad at me because I literally took his Xbox and I returned it because I'd asked him to do something. He refused to do it. Spent all day on the game, and I was like, "Nope." I was like, "You're done. I'm taking it back." So I took it back. So he got mad at me and he told the teacher that that Dave beat him and then beat me. Mason didn't have no marks on him. I didn't have no marks on me. And I'm like sitting there like, "What are you talking about?" So when I came home from school, I made him pack his bags.
I'll give you something to cry about.
I made him pack his bags. I was like, "No, when they come here, they're taking you." Oh, I was livid. I was hot. And then when I tried to give him to him, they wouldn't take him.
Oh, jeez.
They wouldn't take him. They were like, "No, we can't just take one. We have to take all of them." I said, "Well, you got lucky today, Mason." I said,
Right?
"Because
You've skipped out of this today.
yep." I said, "Because you won on this one." I mean, what else do you do as a parent? I mean, the kids aren't like how we were raised, and
Right.
it's not because of bad parenting. It's not because they're bad kids. It's literally because they are exposed to so much more social media and so many more seeing so much more things of, hey, you know, they see people getting away like in these stupid videos on YouTube and, TikTok and all this, like, of people doing stuff and getting away with it. And they literally have essentially gotten in the mindset of, hey, we don't need to listen. The authority isn't there. Like, it's not there. We don't have the authority that I don't have. My generation doesn't have the authority that my parents had over me. That authority has went right out the window. And because they're not scared, because they've been taught to, they have a voice and they can open their mouth and they can stand up for themselves, and which is good you know, in some aspects, but not always, because here you are, parent, and you're like, where'd I go wrong? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing my parents did to me, and it's not working.
That's called, what is that called? Doing the same thing over and over without getting results or getting the same results.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Parenting. Parenting.
All right, guys, I gotta jump off. It's bedtime around this camp.
All right, Tiff.
You said no.
Time for you to go night-night. Bye.
All right, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, and I'm gonna put that in my group chat in the morning, and I'll call you tomorrow about that picture.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, good night,
All right, talk to
guys.
you later. Night.
Now there's two.
Maybe if Tiff can click the button. There we go.
That's cool. That's really cool. So the link's up there in the chat, you guys. Use Becca's forms so you can get her information that she won't handle and give out to other people for her own personal gains.
Oh, yeah, that's it, Darren.
Well, there's some people that do use there's this stuff for their own personal things.
Look, I am not my sister. Okay, I do not steal people's identities, and I do not do the kind of
I
crazy.
wasn't talking about your sister, though.
I know.
You're going that way. It's a whole other can of worms. Whole other can of worms.
Let me tell you, like, I could never do that. I couldn't do it like old people. I don't get how people steal from old people.
Oh.
Like, the morals is like, where did they go? Like, I love old people. I was a nurse's aide for 10 years and love old people. And I could not imagine, like, my little old neighbor is 85 years old now. 85 years old. Little cutest little old lady. Do anything for her. Go to her house. I'll clean. I'll cook. And we go over and play cards. We'll play euchre. Like, she's lonely. It's only her, you know. So, but I love old people. I couldn't imagine taking advantage of them. Like I just couldn't imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Like this woman literally, she's lived next to me for a year. A little, yeah, she just hit the year mark. And like her car broke down. She was having issues with her transmission, and like it was gonna be like $2,000 or something like that to fix it. So
Yeah.
we thought. She handed me $2,000 and her daughter ripped her a new one. Like, why would you just give it to her? And she's like, I'm not saying you'd steal it, but that's putting a lot of trust in somebody, mom. Like, she's like, well, I trust her. She's like, I know she's not gonna. And when I was done, it didn't literally cost even near that. It literally cost me under $200. And I took it to a shop and I brought her all of her money back and brought her a receipt and her change. And she was like, well, I didn't doubt that you wouldn't bring it back. And I'm like, Betty, I have no reason to steal from
Right.
you. I was like, I will go broke and hungry before I ever steal from anybody. I'm like, no, that's not happening. I couldn't do it. I could not live with myself.
Yeah.
My dad was old, so it'd be like stealing from my dad.
Oh. No, it's fun to visit, but that's about it. You know, and obviously your situation is a little bit different, but I mean, I'm having to deal with my mother who's a full timer, which I love her very much, and I'm sure she's watching the show downstairs.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, look, Mom, we're on TV. So, but yeah, that's there you go. Take it as you will. But that's Becca's info right there. I don't know what she's conglomerating up, but I do know that there's a good thing at the end of this coming up.
There
So,
is for Melissa Owens. That's where her gosh, I can't remember, American Parents something Act. She's the one that's literally like making leeway with Melania, or I guess Melania is, she knows a lady that knows Melania, um and has like is in with like Trump or whatever. And so she's actually like had a bill. She's like she's been to DC, she's been to Congress, she's got multiple people sponsoring her bill. So it's pretty much just for that, for, you know, you got to have data in order to represent a bill. You know, you can't just be like going
right,
there with, well, this is how this works and this is how, you know, this happens and this happens. Well, those are all allegations. That's not proof.
right,
So it's literally just to be able to prove that we've done the research. We've done, you know, we've done all this. So here it is. Here's your structured data that you need to see that this is happening. And it's happening in multiple jurisdictions. It's happening in every state, you know, in multiple counties, different judges, same judges. I mean, it's happening.
yeah.
And here's your proof.
Well, I hope that it gets to that point. I really do.
And you can also use it for your like civil rights litigation. Could also use that data for that too. I mean, for anybody, you know, who would want to use that kind of information for that,
Yep.
like percentages and stuff. Like you could use that for litigation.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Well, now, Becca.
Well, now, Darren, I spilled coffee on my bed.
Oh God, your bedspread doesn't stand a chance.
Between Dave burning the
Every
bed.
time I talk to you, which is like every day, she's always like, "Oh man, I spilled this on my bed." Like, Jesus, get a table.
I have a table. Well, I guess it's not a table, it's a computer stand. I remember I downgraded my computer stand and I am devastatingly regretting it.
Why it's too low?
It's too small. I don't have like any of the shelving anymore. It's literally like one flat desktop. But it's like an L shape, but I don't have any like shelving for like up above my head anymore. And that's where all my junk went. And I'm like, Now my junk's everywhere else.
Now my junk is all over the place, all over the bedroom, but your desk is clean.
No, my desk right now is a mess, actually.
Yep, because you got new junk that goes on it.
Yep, because well, my chair is full of baskets and papers.
Almighty.
I'm a mess, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Got empty Easter eggs in here for Easter hunt, which I don't know why I'm doing Easter egg hunt because my kids are like 15, 13, and 10. But
there you go. The little one still maybe likes that stuff.
oh, the older ones do too. They're like, "Oh, Bob, you put Buddy in there."
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, but that's when you know that you made it, because you start filling the Easter eggs with change instead of, or not even change, paper dollars instead of freaking jelly beans.
I literally, so I did that one year. I did that a couple of years ago. I put change in them. They were so mad. By the time they all got done, they were like, "Mom, where's all the money?" I'm like, "That is money. Change is money." "Mom, that's not money." What? What do you mean that's not money? That's money. They're like, "It's all just change. There's no bills." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I wanted you guys to be able to learn how to count change. It's a good math lesson." Mom, that's not funny. Oh,
learning
sorry.
to count change with Becca.
Yep. Because my one kid is good at math, the other one is okay, and the other one sucks. And I learned a new way to do math the other day, division. Did you see that video on freaking TikTok?
Negative. What is it?
It's like you do like 4, and then you do like 4 divided by 2,465 or something like that. And when you do the division, you do, hold on, I'll write down a piece of paper because it'll just make more sense if I do it that way. So if you do it, you do this on, let's see here, I gotta return my back triple camera. No, I don't know, a back camera. Here we go. Oh, is that it? Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
I don't know what we're looking at there. There we go.
It's a manila envelope.
All right.
4 divided by, oh God, Becca, where did you learn how to do that?
Yeah, whoa, this is a family show sometimes.
2, 4, 6, 5, we'll say. Okay. So how many times does 4 go into 24? Or 20, we'll make that 25.
4 going to 25. 6, right? 4 times 6 is 24.
Yeah, so 20. So then you put the 2 here. And then how many times does 2 go into 25? Just 6.
Yeah, 2 going to 25?
Or 4 going to 25. Sorry. I can't do math today.
5 is 6, yes.
Yeah, okay. So then 2, because that's the remainder. And then 26.
4 is, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Oh my God, I would do a freaking problem that made it 666. I'm done.
No way.
I did. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I'm cut off.
Holy smokes. Becca.
I'm cut off. Yep, I just cut myself off.
That's crazy.
That's
she's
the
not an
greatest.
evil, sadistic person, not at all.
No, definitely not. I was born on Friday the 13th, so I guess that just all rolls into it.
Bottom of Crystal Lake.
Something like that. Me and Jason got a thing.
Yeah, well, maybe you do. You never can tell. But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Check out Foster in Reality. He's got a bunch of new stuff up there on his YouTube. So make sure you guys check it out. And this is one of these tunes right here. Have a good night, everybody. Bye, Becca.
Bye, Darren.
Have a good night.
You too.
Don't tell me what to do.
Anxiety, F90 poison or separation, ink they used to label me. Now those same codes turned into calibers, let us load the AR-15. 5 on 5, 6 for the panic attacks. 1, 2, 3 for the mess they made. Leave me alone. This is perfect Christian home. Still feel your husband's hands on my neck. Leave me alone. Night shift worker, keys rattling while you're proud of her. Leave me alone. Caseworker with the crocodile tears. You got paid while I starved through it all. Starved through it all. We the invisibles, aged out the system. No feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat, rifle fluent, pistol fully automatic. Grown now, pulling up, packing. Only lesson we kept is right from wrong. Now wrong, getting corrected. 30-round hymns in a real dark song. You built a monster, setting trauma, now the monster got drums and a mask. Every face got a name, every name got an address, every address getting dead. Ever one fresh meat, still crying for mama, think reunification real. Level 2, bounce like trash, learning roles in every house they make you feel. Level 3, chameleon bag, never unpacked, visible just enough to eat. Level gray, master read a lie in the blink, route around rules in the street. Level 5, invisible state, on ghost file too thick for any worker to read. Sleeping fragments, exits mapped, made it out so low they know you a different breed. We the invisibles, age out the system, no feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat, rifle fluent, pistol fully automatic. Grown now, pulling up, packing. Only lesson we kept is right from wrong. Now wrong, getting corrected. 30-round hymns in a real dark song. F94 through a 5 pop 6. F93 to a full auto switch. F94 to reactive. That's why the AR twitch. 9 millis for the snakes that smile in your face. 2, 2, 3s for the nights they said this hurts me more. While they finish the chase. Every code they wrote, every caliber, every lie became around. Every better not tell turned into a reason. We outside right now. Seen kids get walked out the back at 3 a.m. Staff pockets fat, no sound. One phone call, file closed, another invisible. Never found. They pray we don't delock forever or read the barrel in despair. But the ones who survive remember every smell, every room, every stare. Thoughts are gone, thoughts aren't care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. We the invisible, aged out, fully loaded, no fear, strapped heavy, heart on zero. Just a pulse and a plan. Right from wrong is all we know, and wrong fit to meet the whole fam. Pulling up quiet, windows down, 30-round lullaby. Invoice for every tear, every touch, every read better not tell. This is the correction. Pred's gone dead. 2, 2, 3, good night.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?